Welcome.
Sorry, hello, presentations. Let us because we have these 2 days consecutive. So first day should be ending up, and the second day we should have a recap, and then go for the other new day activities. So allow me to take to continue.
Okay, thank you so
Mhm.
much. So,
Yeah. Dear participants, again, it is the second day, as moderator said to us today. So yesterday we had a good day of having a lot of issues on board. So going through the recap, so the day was 28 March 2026. Just the overview was on the same program of empowering girls in tech workshop, and this has marked a powerful and inspiring beginning. Brings together young women passionate about technology and men also, innovations in the problem solving skills, including in technology. So the day focused on building foundation digital skills, introducing real-world application of technology, showcasing innovative solutions developed by the participants as we attend as a night of innovation. So there was an opening session where the program official opened with the welcoming remarks from the organizers that are being presented by collaboration and growth, and also encouraging participants to confidently explore and express their ideas. Moreover, the tone set for the learning experience, driving for the creativity and impact, and we all seen that all issues that are happening yesterday was very creative. Was moderated opportunities to women digital fields and also the role of technology in solving real world problems. So participants gained a broader understanding of how technology skills connect to impact across sectors, as we have been heard from the presenter across this session. And then the second session was hands-on coding, where we touched on the issue of Python and HTML. And this one has been facilitated by Caroline Masigala and was moderated by Farhat from Zanzibar, making it accessible to beginners. So we all seen the impact of Python and HTML by Caroline Masigal. So what we have touched actually in terms of highlights just was an understanding how system works, including front-end HTML structured and implemented application, a basic decision-making system. So participants here actively engaged in coding exercise, where the presenter was trying to she was doing, reinforcing the has been facilitated by Benedicta Agara from Nigeria and moderated by Lahu Masleh from Zanzibar as usual. So this session introduced the participants to the power of data in decision making, as we have seen all of us is and why it matters to our as professionals. So steps in data analysis. Actually, we have seen the power or the issues concerning correct data, diving and analyzing data, including summing up and showing up the percentages in other issues. Chapter 4, that was innovation presentations, where presented on yesterday. The first was smart food vendor hygiene system with aiming to improving food safety through digital monitoring system and also bioremediation of waste water and just by using microorganisms to remove toxic pollutants sustainably. And also Michikichi system as AI powered palm processing to enhance agricultural activities, and this was agro business oriented. So also we had a Rimika Kiganja as mobile platform for HIV awareness and youth health education from KSMC. And also we had the Go Natural, where within it we have touched a digital platform as a digital platform supporting natural hair care and empowerment. And also we had Health Biosense, where this one has been presented as a smart sanitary pad for early detection of infections, specifically for young women. And also we had a sign ed tech. This is AI-powered sign language education platform that have been presented, and also we had a Chuo Market as one of the innovations that have been aimed as a digital marketplace connecting university students and opportunities. I've seen its magnitude of working, and also we touched on the innovations of autism Down syndrome support platform, where this was introduced as a digital support system for parents and caregivers who even live with those children with autism and Down syndrome from KSMC as same. And also we had a digital STEM education platform that was being presented by one of the students from the Data Science College. So was aiming to enhancing access to tech learning for girls and women. So this presentation actually demonstrated the ability of participants to identify real problems, design practical solutions, apply technology and creativity as much as. And engagement and the participants on these activities that have been done yesterday, actually there was active participation across all sessions, strong interest in hands-on learning, high level of creativity during innovations presentation, collaboration, knowledge sharing among participants. And also in terms of key outcomes of day one that you have seen all of us, just participants gain basic coding and data analysis skills, including me, while using Excel, much I've gained a lot, but others also gained on this. And also increase the awareness of technology opportunities for women. We have tried our level best yesterday to create some of the confidence for the women to present and stand for their investment technology, and also strengthen confidence in innovations and the presentations, and also development problem solving mindset and using technology. So in conclusion, they want successfully laid in a strong foundation of workshop by combining knowledge in practical skills and innovations at all. So it demonstrated that when girls are given a light tools and a platform, they get and lead technology. So thank you very much for. I would like now to take a chance to welcome moderator to continue today's session.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mofate. Thank you so much. So without any further ado, there are some things which I would like to say before we start our presentation. The first thing, we will have time for questions and answers, which it is after the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can raise up the hand after the presentation, then I'll choose you to answer the question. If you are scared to open your mic, so we have chat box to write the questions, and I will run into the questions and then I'll present them to the presenter. So any questions so far or any problem before we start our presentation, you can raise a hand, then we can go. So I give some 30 seconds. If there is any question to go about, then ask, then we continue with the presentation.
Yeah, so moderator, what I wanted to emphasize today is just for all activities that will be going on today, maybe we ask the secretariat team to continue taking a note of everything that will be done. And then finally, we are going to combine the recap of day 2, where we are going to share to any place that we can just see them. So thank you, secretariats, take a charge of controlling everything that will be going on today. Finally, we are going to have a huge report of these activities in the program. Thank you. That was H2I.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So, Madam Rachel Tama, you are welcome for the presentation. We can start.
Good morning. I hope all of us are well. Let me share my screen. I hope you can all see my screen, yeah? So, yes. So today we'll be touching on leadership in tech and entrepreneurship. As introduced, I'm Rachel Tama, a molecular biologist, but also a science communication enthusiast. And once again, thank you to our event pioneers, Awabai, Mofait, Tohan, and Binti Connect for giving us this platform. About your speaker, I'm a molecular biologist trained in molecular biology and biotechnology from University of Dar es Salaam. My research interests are in genomic data analysis for infectious disease control. I am passionate about science communication, which is simply converting, more complex articles, scientific articles and scientific knowledge into layman language, help everybody understand through opinionated articles, through education videos, and so on and so forth. Hobbies, I love nature, music, and knowledge sharing. Okay. So why technology matters? From yesterday, I think every facilitator has this as the first session. We have to understand why we are here and why technology is important. Please feel free to interrupt me because I'm at my presentation session. I can't really see what's going on in the meeting. So in case of anything, please, moderator, talk to me. Yeah. Okay. So technology drives global connectivity, boosts productivity, and provides essential solution to complex problems. So in case anybody wakes you up at any moment in time and asks you, what are the 3 things that technology does? It helps us connect better. In this time of age, you can call somebody in Australia, in USA, in wherever, through just WhatsApp video call. While just few years past, we had to, log in Skype and things were more complicated. So technology helps us connect better. Also, it increases daily efficiency. You can do online banking, you can pay for things at the comfort of your couch. You don't have to go and line up for Luku tokens right now as we used before. Yeah? So that's what technology offers. Healthcare advancement, apart from making our life easier and help us communicate better and easier, technological advancement helps in solving different problems. It can be health-wise, it can be in environmental conservation, things that surround us. Technology takes part in helping improve diagnostics, medical research, and more machines that can, detect things faster and at a higher rate in order to save people's lives. Now, getting into our today's topic, we are going to talk about leadership, but also entrepreneurship in technology. So who is this woman who is a leader in tech fields? This refers to a woman figure that leads technological teams, is in management and executive roles, and has the ability to influence innovation and digital decisions. Yeah? Why does it matter so much that women are in these leadership roles? So as a field, we are already few in number. So you can imagine what is the discrepancy even in the level of leadership. It is important to have women leaders because the diversity they bring often represents a broader perspective of experiences and helps the organization or the company to improve the overall effectiveness. Yeah. So when you have a woman in the team, let's say you're trying to organize something, you're trying to innovate something about women in the markets, yeah. If you have a board team of all men, of course, experience matters and, being exposed to market environment, but a woman can bring in that perspective that if this technology is really applicable to a woman, is it feasible, is it easy to use, so bring in that diversity in order to have minds from all arenas. As I said, the current status, women hold only 28% of computing and mathematical roles, and this was according to a 2023 report by National Center for Women and Information Technology. The leadership disparity is about 23%. So you can imagine out of 100 leaders in tech, only 23% are women, yeah, only 23. And you might find a certain board will have only men in that. And we're going to talk of why is that? Why is the situation like this? And how to, change the directory. So what are the barriers in women having position in tech arena? There is unconscious biases in workplaces. Sometimes this is not intended, but it's just ingrained due to years and years of practice and how things have been working. So people have these ingrained ideologies, first in men, but also in women ourselves. We have the tendency of, I am a woman, I can't deal with computers. I'm a woman, I can't do coding. So those ingrained ideologies first play the part to minimize the number of women in leadership roles in tech, of course. Then lack of support and role models. We all learn by seeing, yeah? If I can ask few members of you who are here, what made you become a tech savvy? What made you to be in this field? You say, I've seen so-and-so, I've seen so-and-so in this movie, I saw. So we learn by seeing. If there are few women in tech positions, in tech field, that we look up to, then the coming generation has nothing, to hold on to. Thank God for, technology, and that we are seeing these things in a broader perspective, that somebody can say, I brought my inspiration from a sci-fi movie, yeah? But long ago, or generations before us had no one to look up to that were in these places. So having women in these field and leadership position is so important in order to increase confidence for the coming generations to see so-and-so is doing coding. Yesterday we talked about very good things, back-end development, front-end, and all these things. So if Madam so-and-so is doing so, I can do it also, yeah? Declining interest in STEM among girls. So there is this concept of getting them while they are young. While we are growing, if you don't expose a certain gender to some things alone, you will see that they are intuitive in different things. But as we grow apart and, the norms, the girl has to more dolls and less video games and stuff like that. So the discrepancy starts from there. So if we catch them young, if we try to expose young girls from secondary, from primary schools on tech issues and tech opportunities, I think the gender balance or the ratios can go higher because they are all exposed to same resources and they are all taught from while they are young. So research shows that early exposure can support critical and closing the gender gap in tech leadership. I hope I'm not going too fast. Okay, so we have seen the discrepancy. We have seen that we are few. So what can be done in order to close this gender gap, or at least have appreciative number of women in leadership tech roles? Yeah. First, you have to champion for diversity and inclusion. I count each one of you that who is here is a leader in tech. Everyone that marvelously presented their innovations last night, they are all leaders in tech. So championing diversity and inclusion is very important. From where you stand, if you tell a fellow woman, a fellow girl about these opportunities, you know, sometimes we might have something at the back end of our minds, but since there is, you just miss that someone that to tell you, you can really do this. It's not that hard. There is this and this opportunity. So if you tell one more person, two or more, then the information spreads further, and many of us will be in this field. Yeah. So in your workplace, you can promote inclusion and support diversity and create equal opportunity for all teams. Yeah. Build strong female networks. We are already few, so we need to hold each other in order to grow. Platforms like these, you know, events like the one that we are on, helps you meet new people. In here, you meet people that are doing the same thing as you or are more developed as you. This is a place where you can and learn from each other. So as a female in tech, you should and try to attend these events and join professional groups to create strong networks that will provide mentorship and help your career growth. Also, you have to leverage digital tools and technology. Yeah. I've been talking about tell your fellow female, tell your fellow girl about such and such opportunities, but you can use the digital tools available. Yesterday, somebody talked about content creator in text, that there are very few, but there's a single girl, I've forgotten her name, but she does share, you know, tips on how to deal with different errors in your computer in Instagram. So through that platform, she's reaching a broader audience. And when people see a girl is giving tech tips or technological tips, they become inspired to be more than her. So you can use digital tools to help, instead of waiting to meet, you know, go maybe to a school or collect a lot of people together and tell them. You can use social media to reach a broader audience. Yeah. Also invest in professional development. We can talk all day long about women inclusion and so, but in order to be included, in order to uptake a leadership position, you have to be really good in what you do. Sindio? So invest in professional development. You have to be good at what you do, and you have to deliver in order people can trust you. You know, it doesn't matter what ingrained ideologies we have. If somebody is doing their best, they'll be recognized, and we have good examples of that. So in order to do that, you have to improve yourself. You have to attend again conferences, workshop, get ideas, build yourself. If it's a coding skill that you need, yesterday somebody talked that you can start small, just 15 minutes a day can do 15 minutes a day consistently can do wonders. So you won't be the same from the beginning of the year to June if you do the same thing every day for 15 minutes. Ask for support and guidance. You cannot do it all. You can have AI, you can have cloud to help, you can have videos from YouTube, but when you try to imply whatever steps they taught you in your computer or whatever you're doing on yourself, you find that you're stuck. So you need one-on-one interactions. You need to find people that are in the same field as you to help you when you get stuck. Yeah. And this is where mentors come in, colleagues. Yeah. We tend to keep a lot and, you know, it's my thing and hide out, but that doesn't really help. And it will take you a longer time to figure out what you're going through. While there is someone who faced the same issue just 6 months ago or a year ago, and they've posted something about it or how to go about it. And if you are in proximity that you can face them physically, even much more better. So how do you get people to, you know, nowadays it's not a must a physical contact. You can call them. How do you get these networks? How do you get numbers of people that when you're stuck, you can call or message or WhatsApp and tell them so and so, I'm stuck in this area. What can I do? You have to network. Sindio? Yes. So we were talking about strategies. This can be applied if you are a leader, but also if you are just not a leader. So it applies to everybody to help them grow their career-wise. Everybody needs to invest in professional development. Everybody has to ask for support and guidance, even leaders too. So this is a humbling aspect. You have to be humble. Yeah, it doesn't matter you're a leader or not. We all get stuck. Let's talk about leadership habits. Being good in tech is one thing, but being a good leader is another. That's why I kept this slide. So communication is the first thing. Strong communication, clear communication, and clear expressing of ideas is very important. As a leader, you carry the vision of the group, and they expect you that when you stand and talk about your group's objectives and goals, maybe you are pitching something, you have to be very clear. So in developing skills, it's not only, the digital skills, the coding skills, you can also develop communication skills. Because if you're good at what you do, but you're not good at presenting it, who will hear you? Sindio? That goes hand in hand with confidence. No one wants a leader who is shy. And Tanzanians, we are very good in this section, yeah? We are very shy. So confidence allows speaking up, make bold decisions. If I bring this back to women, it's even worse in our case scenario. If you're in a meeting with the boys, you're in a board meeting with men, and somebody says something that you're pretty sure that this is not right, will you speak about it? Will you say it, or will you shy away because you're a woman? So confidence is really important. If the whole team has one goal and you want to reach there, and inclusivity is practiced in a manner, everyone has a chance to speak, and you shouldn't shy away. Just have the right information, and don't be afraid to be wrong also, because if you want to be right always, that's not how we learn. Cindy? Emotional intelligence. This is very, very important for a leader. Leaders work with teams, and in teams comes different types of personalities. So understanding people, managing their emotions is a critical aspect that one learns, one should have in, working with a team. I think you can bear witness with me. If your supervisor, or in terms of work or group, and the person leading you, Gen Z wanaita, doesn't have good vibes, kazi huwa haziendi. Sindio? So if somebody knows how to interact with their team, this leader has to have empathy. This leader has to be approachable. In case of anything, you don't run away from telling your leader, because he will fume up, he will cause chaos. You have to have somebody calm, somebody able to interact with everyone. So emotional intelligence is very important for a leader. Strategic thinking. As I say, the leader carries the vision of the group. So people look up to you even before others. You're the representative of that group. So people look up to you for critical decisions concerning matters of that group. So strategic thinking helps leaders plan, solve problems, and make long-term decisions. At a personal level, you have to leverage your the opposite of weakness. You have to leverage your strengths. You might have a leadership position and not be overly technical. We'll see an example, just a slide next. But since you understand the basics, you understand where you're going, you can make critical decision on matters concerning your group in order to excel. So holding that thought on strategic thinking, I have included a snip from a blog article, and this was by Abby Godi, who is a female and a leadership figure in tech. She says, I'll read it: don't shrink from sharing. Be clear about what you present and what role you want to play based on your diversity beyond your gender. So, as I said from the beginning, it's not only about inclusion. You should add value to that position. You're not there just because you're a woman. You are there because you can do it. For instance, in my role, I'm not deeply technical, but I understand how technology enables innovation and how it impacts people. So, the role I play is to be the representative of the people who are impacted by the innovation, rather than the tech purist pushing define new boundaries and technical discoveries. So in her group or in her role, she plays the part of the end user. She understands the applications of the innovation to the end user and helps the group move forward while thinking of the end user's findings or applicability. That has helped me become valuable team player and in leadership teams. I'm involved with because I uncover the blind spots that impact customers, partners, and employees. Women, either technical or not, have a unique voice to offer technical organization, and once defined, can be extremely powerful and commercially impactful. So this is an example of someone who has used her strengths. Yes, she was not overly technical, but she understood the end user aspect and she incorporates that in her leadership role, and it does well for her group. So what is your strength? Yeah. Can you talk more with the end users? Can you be that face to represent your company to the end users? Are you the mastermind or the brain behind coding and all that? Are you helping people to become like you? All these are leadership habits that help one to prosper in tech field. Right. So that marks the end of my first session on leadership. And I want to end this with a fun activity that I want to hear from you. Who is a woman tech leader that you admire? It can be a local female from Tanzania or from East Africa or from the world. I just want to hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Odilia, please help me pick if somebody is raising the hand.
Okay.
Who is
Okay.
a tech leader you admire? Yes.
Okay, I would like to welcome questions, Madam. Okay. Now, Shadi Yunus, you are welcome to answer the question.
Yes, thank you, madam, for the very good presentation. Of course, it was very interesting presentation, full of scientific, full of innovation, full of entrepreneurship. Myself, I would like to ask one question. What to do to become the leadership in the society, and what is the level of innovation?
Okay.
Yes.
So what to do?
Yes.
The simple answer to that is be good at what you do. Cindy, you want
Yes,
to be, yes, if you want to be a leader in this tech field, in whatever, if you're in fintech, if you're in biotech, if you're, whatever you do, you have to be good at it. So start by building your skills, the technological skills, the communication skills, as I communicated here, and work in groups. So whenever 3 or 4 heads come together, you'll always need someone to carry your vision. And what, it's always not that CR be a CR. So a leader hajifichi. The traits do not hide themselves. You have to have vision, you have to be good at what you do, you have to have good communication skills.
Thank you, madam. But apart from that, I would like to request something to you. Previous, I established the training session online based on conservation but I do launch it, and since the first day I got 12 participants, but when I
Mhm.
increased the innovation, the way of presenting, the next day the participant increased. So madam, I would like to request your contact so you can help me in increasing the innovation, including my presentation skill and preparing the PowerPoint. I saw you are very good at such kind.
Oh, thank you, Amona. At the end, I'll give out my, let's connect.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, yes. So my social media is open and my numbers. I'll just give you. So who wants to answer me my question, jamani? Who is a woman tech leader you admire? Hamna hata mmoja.
There is someone in the chat comment said
Mhm.
she this is Razia Omari. She said, so for me, the woman I admire is Gadia Abdallah. She's in
Mhm.
Kenya and she's the founder of Girl I Save. Okay,
That's nice.
that's nice. That's really nice. So if you're still shy, but there's someone I saw her hand since earlier, Miss. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. It was such a wonderful presentation. So, answering to the question of the women tech that I admire, there are two of them. The first being Carol Dossi, and the second one being Miss Adila Mbowe. I have been under her mentorship, and she's such an excellent moderator, but also she's the founder of Unleashed Africa and Unleashed Africa and a girls initiative. There are
Mhm.
girls inside of tech, but also youth at general. Yep, they're all
Oh,
here.
You were speaking something. You can continue.
Oh, thank you. I'm done.
okay.
Okay. Okay, there is another comment in the chat box. This is from Ali Mwambela. He said, as for me, Mary Wakani from Tanzania is his role model. So I would like to know. Many people are saying that this is my role model. I think maybe one character which makes you be motivated or inspired by that person. I think you could write maybe Mary Wakani from Tanzania or from Kenya with this thing which inspires me. I think this can make us learn more and more. Yeah, I can also see a hand from now Shadi Yunus. You're welcome.
Yes, the leader in Tanzania, mostly I be interested with her is Madam Vanessa Rwekama. Is working under Mo Dewji Foundation, mostly focusing on youth leadership development. He always offer the online session in order to increase the connectivity through LinkedIn account. So he's the one who is interesting me.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Any more?
Yes, sure.
Sawa. So I'll share with you my two women in tech that I admire. And this is according to my exposure, or according to the things I meet with and how the activities they do and how they inspire future generation. So I think we have people from Zanzibar here. If they've ever heard of Miss Esuviet Masinga, she's a manager in TCRA in Zanzibar. This woman inspires me because she is in that section of catch them young, She holds, she champions young girls sensitization programs in schools. It doesn't matter how far the island is. Zanzibar is not just one sport. So you have to go to different places. Some schools are in far islands and so on and so forth. So she does a very good job in catching them young. And yeah, she's a woman in a male-dominated field. That if she tells you her story and what's the environment she's working in, there are very few women in those spots, and she's doing a really good job to inspire the next generations. The next one is Dr. Neema Juma, who is a computer scientist. This woman inspires me. You know, Tanzanians, we have that msemo, nikikuwa nataka kuwa kama wewe. So this woman inspires me because I think she's the youngest PhD holder ambaye amepata PhD akiwa na umri mdogo zaidi in Tanzania. And she holds data science learning hubs for university students. She runs hackathons in AI and ICT. She's been doing a lot to help women from secondaries to university to be in AI and data science field. So those are the two women I admire. Odelia, what are yours? Odelia? Okay. Can somebody say something if I'm audible? I can't see reactions, so I need to hear some voice.
Yes, you're audible.
Power. The last part of my presentation will be in tech and entrepreneurship. And I'll be totally honest, I am not an entrepreneur in tech, but I'm going to share general ideas that I think will apply from ideation to, rolling out that idea. And I think the facilitator after me will have greater experience because she's in the foregrounds. If it's a war zone, she's in the foregrounds fighting this and facing the challenges and opportunities in turning a tech idea into something that is profitable. So, concepts and aspects of tech entrepreneurship. The idea is to convert, or it involves launching innovative ventures that leverage technology or that use technology to solve real-world problems. The key aspects of tech enterprise is innovation. It has to have something new. If not completely new, it advances what is already there. The basis of these ventures is innovative idea or has a potential to improve something that is already on the market. Scalability, usually have the capacity for rapid and efficient growth. As you remember yesterday night during the innovation, there are some questions that were being asked after every presentation, and those reflect here in the key aspects of tech entrepreneurship. Disruption means that it comes to change what was normally done. Sindio, as I gave an example of Luku tokens in the beginning, that we used to go and queue in order to get Luku tokens, but right now you can do it at the comfort of anywhere. So you come to change the norm on how things are done. Tech entrepreneurship is also high risk because it's prone to moving trends. While they have great potential for success, they are very competitive in the changing nature of the sector. Right now everything is about AI this, AI that. So innovations are prone to that. In maybe a few years to come, we'll have something else that all the innovation will be cycling around. So the idea to commercialization process, the first stage is ideation. Observe your surroundings. Identify your community, sector, or industry. Is it really a problem? Because at this stage, it's very important because this is where you are creating your market or your users. So if it's not really a problem, you get problems with people that will want that service or that technology. But if it's an issue that is strangling the community, it means once you enroll, people will move up to it very fast. A very good example is Cellcom. I think you've heard of it. Cellcom came, and if you've not heard of it, this is where you're hearing from. I'm not branding them or anything, but they came as a game changer in money billing, I mean, miamala ya simu, because we have a lot of kodi na makato, and it's very expensive to send several, if you have maybe several transactions per day and you're going to use mobile bank apps or just normal phone apps, it's going to cost you very much. But with Cellcom, it's very easy and very much cheaper. Now, because people were in need of such reduction in costs, once it was enrolled, it grew and people are catching up to it very, very fast. So at ideation stage, make sure is it really a problem? Yeah, how technology can solve it efficiently, and that is where your idea comes in, and it defines focus of your idea. Second, validate your idea. It might be a problem, yes, but is it practical, or is your idea applicable? So talk to potential users and experts. I know at this stage, you have an idea, there are issues of scoping and all that, but you have to talk to experts to know if this thing can work. Sindio? Talk to potential users and experts, assess the relevance of your proposal. You might identify a real problem, but the way you're trying to solve it does not work. Conduct surveys and develop basic prototypes to confirm if there is a genuine need. Then, once you've established that your idea is great and it can work, you have to design a business model. Yeah. And the best tech enterprise is the one that solves community problem, but also benefits you. So it's a win-win situation. And a business model is what helps you understand, or is where you design how this innovation will generate money. Will I have some commissions? Will I charge users? Will it be offline? And how will I get profit? Am I going to sell it to somebody who can roll it out nationally? So how are you going to create profit out of it? That's where designing the business model comes in. Then build a strong team. You cannot have it all alone. Even Elon Musk has a big team, yeah? So you need people in order to create a team with different skills. You cannot have it all, as I said, and each member brings in a unique factor that helps all of you get to your goal. And then create a minimum viable product, MVP. It's an initial version or initial prototype that has the fewest and essential features in order to test if the model actually works, or if the business model if the entire process is producing what you wanted to do. So the first version usually has few features, and that's why when something rolled out at the first time and it comes to be updated or other versions come, there are more features that are added in. This is simply because at the beginning, usually funds are low. So you are trying to minimize as much cost as possible and just put the essential features that will help that idea of yours work, and you'll better it later. And this is just a beautiful ChatGPT generated journey from ideation to launch and scale. So we talked about ideation, we talked about talking to experts on validation, establishing a business model on how it can pay you, build a team because you cannot do it alone, then create the MVP. And the next step is now funding. Yeah. Once you get the funding, then you launch and scale. So how are we going to get funding? I'm going to talk about it in the next slides. And in the launching and scaling, it means you have to, once you roll out your idea and it's in work or it's active now, you have to collect feedback. What can you better? What can you do to make it better? And it's kind of a cycle, but it's not, because anything that the reviews that you get back creates new ideas and you'll validate them again. include it in the same establishment, model establishment, but it helps you better the initial idea. So, mambo ya fedha, funding. Funding is necessary, and sorry. Your best friend is a good business plan. A clear and well-structured business plan will be your best ally to raise funds. If you're pitching something to someone and your plan is ina mashaka, it's not well outlaid, a person does not see potential on how you can make this thing work. But if your plan is well aligned, it shows the business model, how will you scale up and so, somebody can see potential and, you know, even offer you, we call them angel investors, I'll talk about them, because they can see potential in what you're going to do. So what are the funding options for tech entrepreneurs? You have seed capital. This is an initial investment to develop your idea and create prototype or MVP. It usually comes from personal savings, friends or family. Hi. So there is nothing as good as having moved from an idea to something already. Just make sure that the idea and the validation process is good, that this thing can work. If you go to pitch somewhere and it's only an idea, and I'll talk about my fellow biotech people because I understand the the issues in biotech innovation. But if you have moved from just an idea and it's working, you are more prone to get funds and win grants because you have started. So how do you start? You have to have some savings. You have, so so the earlier the better. Start saving, or if you can get a seed fund from a family, you have to start somewhere in order people can meet you somewhere. You've already developed something, and it requires money. And some innovations don't require that much. So don't stay with your idea. If it's good and validated, don't just stay with it. Start and people will meet you somewhere. Yeah. Then we have angel investors, people with business experience who can invest capital in your idea because they see potential in it. They can take it in form of, they can have shares in your company and also offer mentorship. And then there is grants and competition. Many government institutions, universities, and NGOs have these every year. We have the one that is performed by COSTECH every year. We have the one by University of Dar es Salaam, and they can be multi-field or tuned down to a certain field. So these are the places that you can utilize in order to get funds. It's very competitive, and in order to do that, you have to be the best at what you do. You have to already start. You have to prove that it's something that is working, in order to, you know, people to see value that if we invest here, there is a potential of getting feedback. Now, for my fellows in the biotech, our field requires a little bit of more resource. Sometimes you might, we saw yesterday some innovations, you might need some lab time, you will need reagents, so you need the lab itself. All of this takes a lot of money. So if you can design something that is as low money consuming as possible, use natural resources. If you're going to make nutritional drinks, if you're going to, you know, but if something that is low resources, of course, it have a lot of people. And if you want to do something even more bigger, don't even start with getting into genomics or DNA sequencing and all that. That thing is very expensive. So where can you start? Most of these stem up from our final year research. So speak well and be close with your professors and lecturers and doctors in university. They have a holding hand to help you or to mentor you and give you the resources required for your innovations. If you need some lab time, they can have reagents that maybe were used and can be applicable in your innovations too. So as long as you pitch something that is good, you will have a holding hand. There is this notion of students to be kind of far away from their teachers, but these people really help you. if you stay close with them and you present your idea, and having them back you up, when you're writing grants and writing for proposals, you might have supervisors, if they are good in what they do, or if they have a biotech component, if they've been doing that work, you are more prone to win these grants because you have a big name behind you. Yeah. So be close to your lecturers, doctors, and professors, because if you require big funds to start your innovation, you really need them. Yeah. So I'll end up with tips for girls to prosper in tech entrepreneurship. These do not differ much with prospering in tech leadership, because you have to build technical skills. Yeah. If you want to enterprise something, it has to be good. You need these skills. So based on your idea, you'll identify what skills you need. Start sooner, start earlier, start now. Learn coding, and don't shy away that coding is very hard. Right now, there are a lot of softwares, a lot of tools to help you. There are a lot of free courses. If it's payable, there is the downside of something being free, and there's upside of something that you pay for it. There's difference in quality. So see where you can handle and start doing what you can do right away. Join tech communities. As in entrepreneurship, you need teams. This is where you meet likely-minded people, network with mentors, start groups, yeah, and join together. It can be women men team, it can be women only. It just depends on what is your focus or what arena you want to focus on. So in groups, it's better. It's better, and you work together. Keep learning never stops, and experimenting. Seek funding and support. So as you can see, they are chronologically set. You have to have skills, you have to join communities, you have to have something, build small projects or prototypes, then seek funding and support. Apply for grants, incubators. All these require you to have something at hand already. And lastly, be confident and take risks. Don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how we grow. And with that, thank you very much for listening. And let's connect via LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Just search for Rachel Mtama and you'll find me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam Rachel Mtama. It was very inspiring, and for this we generation of girls, it's very nice, and we have learned a lot. So in this last part, I think we have questions. So if you have any question, you can raise your hand, or you cannot speak, you can write it in the chat book. So as I'm waiting for questions, I have a question for you, Madam Rachel. Like, how will you advise girls who have potentials, but they do not believe in technology in this digitalized world? How will you advise girls who have potentials, but do not believe in technology in this digitalized world?
So you have potential and you want to do nothing about it. Well, that's very sad, because it's a waste of talent. What I would advise them is to use their potential, because it can take them places. Because I don't know how much to strain this, but if you're good at what you do, it will take you places. Yeah. Of course, doing something, somebody yesterday talked about loving what you do. It all starts with a passion. You might have the brains for it, but if you don't have passion for it, you won't reach very far. And being honest, people who reach very far or make it are not like the brightest ones. It's just someone with passion and eagerness to learn. So all you can do is expose them to these things, and the choice remains theirs. Yeah, as girls, we have to increase. We have to bridge this gender gap. So if one does not want, you cannot. Waswahili wanasema huwezi kumforce punda anywe maji. Yeah, just take the donkey to the river, but on drinking water, it's upon the donkey. If you have potential, be exposed to such things. If you don't find your inspiration, then it's okay. But if you do, work for it, even if you have the minimumest knowledge possible. Just work and advance daily. and things won't stay the same. Surely.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, what's your failure which you had experienced and that ended up being your greatest leadership lesson?
Hi. I froze in a meeting. Totally froze. It's not that I didn't have the content to explain. I don't know, it was anxiety or fear, but I totally froze. And hey, from there on, I said, I have to better myself in communication, in presentation, because it makes a game changer. Sometimes you might have just something simple, but because your way of presenting it is inviting, you might be the one to go away with the prize. You might not be the best invention, but the way you delivered it, it makes a lot of changes. Also, another thing that I learned is good preparation. Confidence comes with preparation. So if you prepared well, you'll be confident enough. It's not written on stone, but things can change, and give yourself grace. The good thing is that people will give you grace. You're frozen, but people, watu walinivumilia tu mpaka hapo niliganduka and I continued. So yeah, things happen.
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to welcome the visitors of this webinar. If you have any questions, we were with our facilitator from the beginning when she started until now. So kama una swali lolote, you are welcome to ask the question. If you have any comment, any appreciation, you are welcome. As I'm waiting for someone to raise a hand or write something in the chat box, I would like to involve each and everyone who is in this call that I have a question. What is one thing that you learned from this topic which our facilitator tried to explain to us and resonates you or inspired you, or it's one thing which just coming out from what you have learned? May you please drop that word, a word only, in the chat box, so as we can see what if people we were engaged, so if people understood. So if you have anything you learned in one word, you can write in the chat box, so as we can keep motivating our facilitator to keep on moving and keep on pushing and guide us or take through in leadership and entrepreneurship in tech. Thank you. So one word which you have understood from what the facilitator said, you can drop it in the chat box and I can read it in the comments. Okay, someone from the chat box says, I learned it's never late starting something regardless of what level you are. Wow, that's nice. That's from Tunu Kasim. So she learned that never late start something regardless of what level you are. So procrastination is a crime, is a criminal in here. Another one says, this is Lavina Ibrahim, to follow my passion and work on it. Wow, that's nice. That's very nice. On my side, I learned confidence together with proper communication skills can make us good leaders in either technology or in anything. So when we have confidence and we have good communication skills, this can help us to excel in our leadership and our future career. I'm still listening from other people. If you have anything, what you learned, don't hesitate to share, or you want to speak, you can raise your hand. Okay, another person says this is Tun Kasim, and also never being afraid of being wrong. It's a way of rising up. So we learn through our mistakes. So we should not be scared of failures. So these failures are the ones which are strengthening us. So we should never be afraid to get wrong. This is the only way we can rise up. So we learn through mistakes. That's nice. Some people, I haven't heard them speaking from the beginning of our conversation. Mr. Joachim, you're welcome. Any comment, anything which you learned from the topic today?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, and I greet you all. Good morning.
Good morning.
I congratulate the presenter and moderator. On my side, nitatoa zawadi kuwapongeza kina dada wanawake wote, but zawadi yangu ya leo itakuwa very special. Niko busy, natembelea live YouTube channel, live Facebook and TikTok, page zote za partners walioko hapa, then aliye comment kule, aliye share, but the great issue is niko nafuatilia attendance. Kwa hiyo zawadi yangu ya 10 GB bando itaenda kwa mtu ambaye ametumia muda wake mwingi sana kufuatilia hii program. That is today prize itakuwa namna hiyo. So nitatoa majina baada ya session za jioni ili kuweza kupata cumulative winners. Thank you. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Joaquin. This is so inspiring and impressive. Thank you so much. And I would like to welcome another person. I just want people to speak. I can see somebody, Elikana Justin. Tell us anything you learned from today's presentation from our facilitator. You are welcome, Mr. Elikana Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. Actually, I learned many things from this presentation, and I will mention a few of them. One, being focused in everything, whatever you do, is very important. And the second one, building a strong communication skills is very important, and this will help you to to deliver what you do to the majority. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elkana. I would like to hear from Rachel Simon. Rachel Simon, you're welcome to share with us what you have learned from our topic, from our facilitator who has a similar name to you, Miss Rachel Mtama. So Rachel Simon, you're welcome. So I can see she's not around. Okay. That's so bad, but I think maybe she's not comfortable speaking. But I would like also to welcome Belinda Ephraim. You're welcome to tell us what you learned from our today's presentation. Belinda Ephraim, you can unmute your speaker and tell. Oh, ladies, you're letting me down. No one wants to speak. Ladies. Okay. Miss Mary Wakanyi, please welcome, unmute a speaker and tell us what you learned. And I had someone mentioning you that you are his inspiration. So Miss Mary Wakanyi, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. I actually didn't know I'm known, but thank you for that. So one of the things that I've learned is that I'm not supposed to, keep quiet on my ideas. I'm not supposed to fear anyone when I want to speak up on something. So that is a plus. Ladies, we should be able to, walk on rooms and, let them know that we can actually do what they can do. I'm not trying to make the men feel, inferior, but for some time they've been handling all these things. But us as well as ladies, we can occupy these spaces that they have. Thank you.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Thank you so much, Miss Mary Wakanyi. And the last one who I would welcome her to speak today is Miss Zulfa Rajab. Please share with us what you have at least learned from this session from Madam Rachel. Oh, ladies, you're letting me down, ladies.
Odile, I think there was a hand up by
Okay.
now Shadi.
Now, Shadi, you're welcome. Now, Shadi, sorry, I never saw you.
Thank you, madam. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I think this is very interesting. The most issue I have learned today is that I should be confident and have the innovation, and I should express my each and everything which I have to some people which they can help me. So I learned that, and through that session, I have increased my confidence. So after here, I will establish my, I will be able to learn my activities and participate in different international conference. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, now, Shadi. Thank you so very much. So, as we are winding up our session, this is just the last activity. I would like to, before I hand over to my seniors and the secretariat, this is my last question to everyone. How likely are you to recommend this session to a colleague in a scale of 1 to 10? You can drop that in our comment box, and we can call it a day for our leadership and entrepreneurship in technology. So, how are you likely to recommend this session to a colleague who hasn't been following for all this time in a scale of 1 to 10? You can drop your answer in the chat box. Then we can close our session. Oh, no one wants to answer. Someone just said 9.9. And thank you. Another one, Lois Sikaze, said the session was really inspiring and helpful in building our career. Thank you so much, Lois. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for keeping your time and sparing your time to listen to our presentation on leadership and entrepreneurship in technology. I hope that everyone really understood. Apart from understanding, we're going to use this knowledge to build our career in improving us and inspiring us in whatever we are going to do. So, to I would like to call this as an end of our session, but this is just the beginning of our ongoing activity. So you are welcome in case of any questions, any recommendations, any appreciation. You are welcome to just the madam. She just shared her LinkedIn account and her personal information. So you can just call her for any mentorship. So lastly, Tunu Kasim said the session opened doors on confidence and inspiring. Thank you so much. May I please hand over to Mr. Mofate for any additional remarks or anything to say?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, on behalf of the organizing committee of the event, I would like to take this moment just to appreciate all that have been done here, including appreciations to Madam Lecho Mtama for a very well formatted and constructive presentation that have been done here. I think all of us, we have we said that this presentation actually created the confidence again, and even lies where we probably slept up. So we can have a good confidence, and we can have a good way of innovating and also making possibilities of investing much on technology. So actually, these sessions open the door for every girls and young women who joined here today, so that they can have ability to create and they also to stand on their own ideas to move on. This is very important and just inspired for that. So thank you very much, Madam Lecho Mtama. And I think they will continue just searching you. They will continue just connecting you so that they can find a way to be more good and take you as a role model. So despite of saying others that we are just taking a part of following because they are role models, today we can take even Madam Lecho Mtama to be a role model, basing on what she's doing currently, basing on the profile and basing on the activity that just she's doing, basing on the professionalism that she has. So this is very way we can move together. So today we start connecting each other. So if you see someone here today is good for you, just take her to move with and ask and take her as role model for something else good you saw from the presentations or from the profile. That is the way we connect each other, and that is the meaning of this program, that we empower each other who even joined and even took a time to follow this program. So moreover, thank you, moderator, for your good time, your moderations, actually your smile, charming, and the other issues that have been even presented here. So most of participants just were looking on you, inspired on your moderation, so that's good. We learned a lot of issues on your side, especially your confidence. Yeah, so you'll be a role model of someone here. Yeah. Lastly, to Chief Moderator Joachim Killas for all preparations and other issues that have been done, but also I've seen the representative from the other organizations who we partnership with this program, including Ali Mwambela is here. Probably I can give the chance to speak something as we are going for break, and then I will hand on my mic to Dr. Mosh for something else to speak. So Ali Mwambela, just take on the board and say something else as we are going for break.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for this opportunity, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone who joined this day, Sunday, the Palm Sunday. I'm very happy to see that people are managed to go to church morning, then they are here to our session. By making points by God's name, I would like to appreciate the effort made by facilitator Dr. Lecho Mtama, together with moderator Odilia Nkumba, our program manager from Toha, and I really appreciate your session. But also, I would like to appreciate all our audience who joined and who making contribution to the previous section. For me, I really learned a lot regarding to leadership together with entrepreneurship in tech, and I'm very excited for the next session, which will be facilitated by Mary Wakanye and our moderator Lucy Shirima. And without wasting further time, I would like to say thank you and waiting for the next session. Thank you. That is my submission.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much from Tohan. May I just call Dr. Moshi to any place you are? Just come and just say something else here as we are going for break.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's nice to be here, and thank you for facilitator for the wonderful presentation and the insight on leadership in tech. It was nice presentation. So as we are preparing for the next presentation, let us congratulations for participants who managed to make their time to be here for this morning session, and all who give the timetable with workshop. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Moshi, for such good words of just keeping inspiring us to continue taking a fall on the next procedure that we're going to do right now. So, Joachim Kilas, back to you. Actually, let's allow people to go and rest for, I think, 5 minutes. Then we will come again within this link so that we can continue with the next presentations on technology, building from Madam Mary Wakanyi from Kenya. So, Joachim Kilas, travel place, you are just wind up and just leave people to go and have a break.
Okay, thanks. Kama mnanisikia, naomba show reaction. Okay, thanks. Asante sana. Sasa nataka nitoe feedback hapa. I want to give you a feedback. I was going through social media, and I will start with a live YouTube channel. A live YouTube channel, there is a message from Official Mofate. Sure, good speech from you, Madam Rachel Mtama. Appreciation. Thank you. And another social media is Instagram. Instagram, I got the message from Toha Network, and is here we go. Then applause and a fire emoji. And another comment is from Keira 5196. I'm a comment fire emojis. And then another from account with DALYN. She commented fire emoji. Okay, from another area is Facebook Live streaming, and the first message was from Joachim Kilas, good lesson, and the second message from Evaristo Moses, let's enjoy the class. Then another area is live TikTok. Live TikTok haina message. So kwenye upande wa attendance nafungua hapa. Okay, hiyo imefunguka. Kuna watu wamekuwa vinara wa kufuatilia. Yes, I will acknowledge someone. Mshadi, can you mute the mic?
Yes.
Yes, mute the mic. Nitashare ambaye ametumia muda wake wa kutosha kufuatilia. Okay, na hapa nimeshafungua attendance. Mpaka sasa mtu ambaye ametumia muda mrefu kufuatilia nitasoma hapa. Okay, hapa huyu hapa anaitwa naona watu wanasubiria kwa hamu sana. Okay, na muda mrefu ambao umetumika ni 3 hours and ni 3 hours and 10 minutes na 3 hours and 10 minutes from Rachel Mtama. Thank you madam. Tuendelee, naendelea kufanya summation ya muda. Kwa hiyo tukutane tena kwenye next session, but also evening session, and then you'll come up with someone who will be the best on following and contributing and being active to this wonderful program. But another ambaye ametoka ni kinara, ametumia 3 hours. Okay, ametumia 3 hours Huyu ni okay, sawa. Juma Kib, nakusalimu sana, nimeona hapa upo kwenye attendance. Kama yupo basi it's very very nice. Okay, tuendelee kuwa active, tuendelee kufuatilia. Okay, tuwaalike na wengine. This is a very wonderful program. If you got challenge with this Google Meeting platform, you can go live and nitapita huko, message nitazileta hapa, basi mambo yote yatakuwa mubashara. So let's look on next timetable. I will introduce these 2 minutes zile kwa ajili ya kujua nini kinafuata. So soon I'll be back here. Tunu Kasim, wherever you are, napenda utupe neno kwanza, alafu then nitarudi kueleza the next timetable.
Okay, good morning, guys. Am I audible? All right, I'll just first I would like to say about the presentation from Madam. It was so nice. You know, there's something like it amazed me. It's like it's not easy for people to say like their weakness, like what is among of that great failure. But Madam, she said it, and she said it in order for encouraging us. Like it's not always right. It's not always good. That some days things do not work well, no matter how much you prepare yourself. So we should just keep pushing. And also about listen about the entrepreneur, something like that. Like she said that she is not in such extent great, but the way she lectured, it was so nice, and I learned a lot of things. That also we should not afraid of the doctors, lecturers which we have, because they are the potential people which are going to guide us through what we are going to do in this technological era. Yeah, and also I would like to thank all of you. Yeah, all women in tech, you are gorgeous. You're really great. At first time, I was not that interested in technology because I find like it's something for men, and also I find like something which is somehow unbelievable or somehow like I can't do it. But through this workshop, I'm learning, keep learning, and I see that there is an opportunity. It doesn't matter that I know coding, I know maybe how to use those things, but engaging daily can make me do something. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm very thankful for all the lectures which have happened also today. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that input. And now is the time from the second session. And the second session is building a startup. And I will acknowledge the presence of facilitator, Madam Mary Wakanyi from Kenya, and moderator Lucy Shirima. I want to know if Lucy Shirima is here with us. Please raise up your hand.
Yeah, she's here with me. She's using my device. So
okay, thank you. So I will use this golden opportunity again to welcome Lucy, and she will introduce our facilitator, and we are going to listen what she is prepared to us. Make sure you have a notebook and a pen. You jot down some information. You write question, and later it's be very wonderful if you share with us. But also at the end, you can get those information, the recorded video through live streaming, because it's being stored there. But also you can request the access to this meeting. And once I see your message, I will allow you to listen to recap what has been discussed. So welcome, Madam Bruce. The board is yours now. You may proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joachim. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Thank you, Tunu. A warm welcome as we continue with the second day of Empowering Girls in Tech Workshop 2026. I hope you all had a fantastic and inspiring first day full of new skills and connection. So my name is Lucy Mark Shirima, a fourth year medical student at St. Francis University and a community officer from Tohan. I will be a moderator for this session. We are right on schedule and I'm so excited to dive into today's topic. As we saw on our timetable, the morning session was all about leadership and entrepreneurship. And now we are moving into a core part of that, actually building something. So please give a huge, warm, virtual round of applause to our next facilitator, a software engineer with over a decade of experience in Tanzania and a passionate builder of practical technology solutions. She is here to share her journey and insights with us. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Miss Mary Wakini. Miss Mary, the virtual floor is yours. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you so much. Can I share? Can I be given or allowed to share my screen?
Yes, madam, you are
Yes,
allowed.
I'll do it.
Or Lucy, if you can be able to share your screen on the PPT.
Yes, yes, I'm going to allow you.
Sharing screen.
All
I
right,
got a
yes,
message
let's
from
go.
live streaming through YouTube. He is Nicholas. He said a nice presentation. Thank you for that message. And he's following us. Bless you, Shio. Bless you, Shio. Say nice presentation. Thank you.
Let me know if you can see my screen. Thank you. Can you see my screen? Anyone? I can't see. Lucy, is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay.
Welcome, Miss Mary.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, good morning or good afternoon from wherever you're listening or watching. My name is Miss Mary Kahuria, and I'm really excited to be with you guys today. Being a Palm Sunday, it has taken a lot not to go to church, to carry the palm and all that. So our today's talk is about turning ideas into real tech solutions. So basically building the startups. Yeah. So let's start with an introduction. I mentioned my name earlier, but Mary is a software engineer, developer, application developer. I come from Kenya, but I'm here in Tanzania, living and thriving. I thank God for that. I love it here more than where I'm coming from, so don't get it twisted. Okay, so is really like, let's start like this. Have you ever had an idea? Have you ever seen a problem that you really want to solve? Have you ever tried in solving an idea that you had previously? So let me just do this. Just a minute so that I can see. Yeah. So have you ever had an idea or have you ever had a solution to a problem? Have you ever seen a problem that requires a solution? I think that's where the startup begins. When you have an idea, when you have a problem that you're looking for a solution, when you're trying to solve it, that is regarded as a startup. So what is a startup though? A startup is a business built to solve a problem by identifying the problem and then solving it. It grows over time. Yeah. So we have a startup and we have a tech startup. First, tech startup basically is using technology to solve that particular problem that you have. An idea, if you're supposed to build a website, an application platform, build to scale, scalable to solve that particular problem. So an example is yesterday I was privileged to be a judge in an innovation platform yesterday evening, and people like the ladies who presented were actually, they saw the problem within the community and they were trying to create a solution to it. So most of those problems, the real problems, and the projects that they had started and started building, we can term it as a startup. So how do so you have a problem, you get the solution, you choose the technology, then you grow with the technology, right? So the problem is basically identifying within our communities, like what is it that is missing within us? What is it that needs to be done? A good example is, for example, nowadays, the only, I think, is it just me, or the only application that is reliable right now is Bolt, right? What if you said maybe people are struggling to find transportation because sometimes there's too much surge that sometimes it takes up to 10 minutes, 15 minutes just looking for transportation, right? So what if you come up with an idea of maybe creating an application that will be able to accommodate, you get one taxi, then you share with two other people. That is just an idea. I don't know. You can take it and implement it as we go. So yesterday again, we had someone who was trying to relay information about Down syndrome and autism and everything that involves that particular area, which is actually a good idea because so many people you meet outside, they think that this particular kind of disease or impairment is basically for the rich. They're trying to get help, which they cannot. Yeah. So it's good that we are trying to see what the community needs on the ground. In Kenya, we say kwa ground. Yeah. In our community, among ourselves, in the hospitals, churches, in schools, in our offices. I mean, what can we do? What improvements can we do so that we can catch up with the technology that is right now? Okay, so the next one is, why do tech startups matter? So currently, as of 2025, the leading country, the leading country in Africa that has the most startups number is Nigeria. Nigeria has between 3,000 and 7,000 startups. That is a very advanced ecosystem. So Nigeria leads in the whole of Africa, right? Kenya comes in about 1,000 to 2,000 startups, and then Tanzania comes in at 1,000 plus emerging startups. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I think we should not say that Nigeria, is ahead or Kenya is ahead. We should look at it like Tanzania is still rising, and you can be part of that growth, creating this startup, solving these problems that are among us. So basically, Nigeria, they're really, competing to see, what problem can I solve in Kenya? What can I do about this? What can I do about that? Yeah. So we can start as us. We're just not talking about ladies. We can even, the men among us, we can also, I'm sorry about that. We can also take it up and, pick up the startups that we're having, and then we can improve it as we go. All right. So why do tech startups matter? First, they create job opportunities, because I'm so sure you cannot create You know, you cannot create a startup without having the different opportunities. You need a designer, you need a developer, you need someone on the ground, and whatnot. So they solve real problems. As I said earlier, when you're going through these communities, sorry about that, they do solve real problems, they drive innovations, and they improve communities, basically by solving these various ideas or these various problems that we have within our communities. Okay, so why you matter in tech? Your perspective is unique. Everyone has a unique way of solving a problem or basically improving or, okay, just a minute. All right. So everyone has a way of, bringing out an idea and solving it. Your perspective is always unique. Your idea is unique. It doesn't matter if your idea is like the transportation problem I said. It doesn't matter if we have, is it Uber, we have Bolt, I hear we have another one called Farasi. I don't know, there's so many. But what is your niche? What are you trying to solve? I think that's the most important issue. Like, what unique idea do you have? Yeah, every idea and every solution matter. Don't let anyone talk you down on, oh, you cannot do this, or your idea is not good, or you cannot solve it using this application, or you cannot do this. No, every idea does matter, and the world needs diverse solutions. That is why everyone is trying to create a solution to a specific problem, but not everyone is going to make it, and that's okay. There's always next time. How did you approach it? How are you approaching the idea that you have? How are you approaching the problem that you saw maybe in a community, in a hospital, whatever? How are you trying to approach it? You can just always go back to the drawing board and come up with something that is better, and the solution will be diverse and help us within the community. So what are the steps in building a startup? So first of all, you identify the problem, you validate your idea. Identifying a problem is one thing and validating that idea is another. Yeah. So most probably, for example, you come maybe to where now? You go to Masaki, for example. There was an idea yesterday of assisting girls in getting sanitary towels, sanitary pads. But if you take that idea to Masaki, I don't think it's gonna be viable because the status in Masaki and the status in another place are two different things. So first you identify your problems, then you validate your idea. So I have this idea, I have this problem. How am I going to validate it? Is it going to be viable? The next thing is you build small. So startups, basically, people are used to, connecting themselves with these big names, thinking that, if I connect myself with a big name, that's how I'm gonna make it. Yeah, but that's not the correct way. You're supposed to start small, start building or start creating something until it gets to a point of, you know what, I'll need 1, 2, 3 things to take me to the next level. You also need to get users. Yeah, you need to get users so that they can actually validate the idea that you have and they can validate the solutions that you're trying to create. Then after getting the users, now that's how you're going to grow, because the users are the people who are going to tell you if that thing is actually going to work or not. This my journey will come last. Let me just with everything else. So there's a saying, if you watched, I know most of you have watched Spider-Man movies. There's this saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Right now, we have so much in technology. We have AI that is building good, robust application solutions and all that. It's here to assist us. It's not here to take over our jobs. It's here to assist us and take us to the next level. But with this great power, it becomes a great responsibility for us to use now this assistance that we've been given to build and to come up with solutions with the problems that you're having currently. Another thing is you do not need permission to start anything. Don't let anyone detect on how you're going to run your store. Don't let anyone come and show you how to clean your house. No, you can do anything without anyone's permission. Just take that problem, evaluate that problem, validate it, get one or two people, sit down with them and come up with a solution that is gonna impact the community at large. So again, we have what it takes. So it's just up to us to sit down and see. So how are we going to go about solving a problem? How am I personally, how am I going to evaluate, or how am I going to solve this problem that I have in hand? How am I going to help these children? How am I going to help my community? How am I going to help myself? Because some problems they start with you. If you go online and you cannot find applications to do something, if you cannot find this answer to this, it means it's not just you. There's so many million people out there who cannot again solve the problems that you have. So with that due, I think on my end I should be done with the presentation before I go to now telling you about my journey and yeah, whatnot. So I don't know if there's anyone with any questions, any additions. Lucy, you can proceed.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary. That was absolutely brilliant. I love how you broke it down from what is a startup to the practical steps. Start before you're ready. That's a message that will stick with everyone. So we have some minutes left. And I want to open this up for questions and answers. This is a chance to ask Miss Mary about her journey, the steps she mentioned, or anything else about building a tech startup. If you have any question, you can raise up your hand or you can send it via the in-call message. You're warmly welcome. Welcome. Any question? Okay, I can start with the first question here to Miss Mary. What are the biggest challenge you faced when building your first project and how did you overcome it?
Sorry, Lucy, I didn't get that. Can you repeat, please?
I was asking what was the biggest challenge you faced when building your first project and how did you overcome it?
Okay. So let me start with my journey, then I think it will answer. I started a project called Code with Her. When I came to Tanzania, I met very few developers who were women. And I kept on asking myself, is it just me that I can see the gap between, this gender, or is it something that, we need to address? So I didn't start immediately. I just started it offline. If you're a developer, coding offline works, and then when you put in a server, it doesn't work. That's all that. So I started small by speaking to a couple of people and just trying to get to understand what's the root of it. So the Code with Her basically started as my perspective about living and thriving in Tanzania as an expatriate. Yeah. I wanted to connect more with ladies who code. I wanted to know what are they thinking about this particular area, because most people I used to work with are just men. So slowly with communities like Andela and some other, communities, I can't remember the names, I started seeing the need of, speaking out and talking about, girls in tech, ladies in tech, women in tech and all that. So Code with Her was basically built on a platform to just educate or make known that even us ladies, we can actually do code and do it really well. Yeah, we have Zofa here, who is actually a really good coder. I don't know if you guys know that. We have Caroline from yesterday, who took us literally through live coding session using Python and HTML and whatnot. So basically, it's just to assist, or just to like to what I want to make it known that we can actually do it. It's not about, looking down on the men. No, it's not. Because we also need men in one or two things, in one or two areas, right? But we can also come up and do technology as everybody else. We can, we can code, we can solve this solution, we can build application, we can build, we can break this gap. So Code with Her came in, and it's still growing. It's actually diverse. I wanted it to be both, tech stuff and cooking stuff, because I also love cooking and baking and all that. But now it's leaning more on tech, because that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. I enjoy solving problems. I don't know about you if you're a coder, but I enjoy solving problems. It makes me happy to see someone use a platform that I built. It makes me happy to come up and say, yo, like, that is what I built. That's the solution. I also get happy when someone gives a positive, feedback. Yeah. It doesn't matter, positive, negative. That's how we grow. That is how us women were supposed to, take criticism and turn it into now solutions. So I think I've answered your question. But to add just on that, the main point was, when I started now mingling, it's very hard when, I think, is it, do they feel inferior, men? Yeah, kinda, because by the time I was joining, I was the only lady in the department, and we had like 12 other men. So there's this inferiority of thinking, what if I do not, cannot match with them? What if I cannot do this? What if I cannot do that? So again, being accepted into a community of an area which has been dominated by men was actually a real problem. But it takes time for you to show them that you can actually do it. Yeah, that you can actually solve the problem. You can create that startup you've been thinking about. You can create that solution. So it takes time. I know sometimes you go to boardrooms and they literally shut you down. It's not because your idea, no, it's just because they believed that we women, we cannot, break the niche. We cannot come up with solutions to help the community. So it is up to us to stand up on our own, to do what needs to be done to break this gap. Thank you. Any other question or concern or add-on?
Thank you so much, Ms.
Lucy, you
Question
can just
already
proceed.
popping up in the chat. Thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you. I really enjoyed your journey and I learned a lot. So I can see a few questions already popping up in the chat. Let's start with this one from Serafina Njile. She said, we all know that startups don't always grow as fast as we hope. So how do you stay motivated when your startup is not growing as expected? I'm repeating, Miss Mary. We all know that startups don't always grow as fast as we hope. So how do you stay motivated when your startup is not growing as expected?
Thank you so much, Lucy. How do we stay motivated? I don't know. Is it just when you have a problem? Let me start with that. If you have a problem that you solve, I think that is motivation enough to actually keep you going. I don't know about you, but I'll give you an example. For me, is when I started code with her again, I did not even know what direction I was going. I did not know who to talk to. Remember, I'm just a new person in Tanzania. I'm Kenyan. I don't know so many people. I only know my employer. And I came in, but I had to keep on raising my voice. Like, can we get a lady who can code to join our team? We need to build to have gender quality. Can we do this? Can we do that? It does take time, trust me. It takes a lot of time. But again, you have to be very patient, because some of these solutions you're trying to solve, they just don't happen overnight. Yeah, they need so much research. They need you to keep on raising your voice. They need you to keep on, doing what you need to do, involving the community, getting feedbacks here and there, criticism, praises, and all that. So with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, we have the power of technology and we have a responsibility to solve the various problems in our community. Not every problem can be solved with tech, but I believe a good number can be solved with tech. And that is how every day there's a new startup here, there's a new startup there. They don't make it, that's good, that's fine. It doesn't hurt because you tried. You can always go back and come up with something better, come up with something new. There's no failure. I always believe there's nothing called failure. Yeah. You did this, you did that, it didn't work. That doesn't mean you're a failure. No. It means you need just to go back and see, where did I go wrong? You can always come back. You can always do something better. Yeah. So I mean, patience. You need a lot of patience. Like I'm not a very patient person, but I needed to be really patient with, being looked down upon. I'm just a lady working with so many men. I had to raise my voice. I had to not raise my voice like abuse them. No, like make known, there is a lady here. Yeah. There's someone who can actually do what you're saying. I can actually code. I can actually solve this problem. I can actually do this. I can actually do that. Without that, I mean, the startup that you're trying to build will not go anywhere. So please just keep the vibe going. As Rachel mentioned earlier, keep the vibe going. Keep yourself open to criticism. Don't be criticized 1 minute and then the next minute you're not there anymore. Or you just decided because they criticized my solution, it means it can't work. No, criticism is the best thing that you can ever receive, not praises. Because criticism makes you look at the solution in a different angle. Maybe the angle they're saying it at. Or maybe I can do it this way, I can do it that way. With that, it can assist you in now, coming up with a better and very good solutions to, assist in our day-to-day lives within ourselves or among ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary. Thank you. Miss Serafina, did you get the answer? Okay. There is another question here from the chat box. Mary, you mentioned validating your idea for a young woman just starting out. What's one simple practical way she can test if her idea is a good one? Thank you, Miss Jacqueline, for your question. Miss Mary, did you get the question? Or should I?
Yes, I did. So when we talk about validating your idea, I always say don't chase ideas. Yeah. Solve something that is real, a problem that can actually be seen. You can have this idea, because probably maybe you went and you went to the airport and you didn't like the environment. Maybe the ticketing, when you go with maybe an Uber or Bolt, you get there and maybe the ticketing system was not working. That's a real problem. No pun about it, right? But Are you chasing a good idea? I didn't say it's not a good idea. It is a good idea, but are you chasing a real problem? Maybe it just didn't work because when you got there, the internet was interrupted. Again, we're in Africa, as someone mentioned yesterday. So we are prone to have these problems like network issues, internet issues, electricity issues, water issues, here and there. So are you chasing an idea that is not solving a real problem? So validating your idea is basically for you not to chase an idea or a problem that is not feasible. Yeah, you need to do more research. These days we are connected by phone. It's just about looking up. There's so many NGOs out there. I just realized there's so many NGOs that we do not even know exist. Yeah, you can just look it up, call them, talk to them. Have you tried solving it this way? Have you tried doing it this way? If they haven't, now you can now start chasing that idea. But imagine you're chasing an idea that has the same solution. Of course, same solution, it means even the way you're presenting it is exactly the same way you're presenting the other solution. Don't assume that someone else that doesn't have the same solution that you have. Yeah. So ask people, talk to people, present your ideas. I know you'll say, oh, they will steal my idea, but you can always patent your idea such a way that if or give NDAs if you talk to a couple of people, yeah, just to get to know, is this thing, is it viable? Yeah, make it doable. You do not need a perfect outcome. Yeah, again, you do not need a perfect outcome, but the only way a startup is going to work is if you address a real problem. Yeah, let's not think about, I want to build a rocket in Tanzania, I want to go to the moon. It is actually it's actually a good thing. You want to bring that rocket back home, but is it feasible? Are you sure like you can actually accomplish it? Again, start small. Don't have this idea of, okay, I have this idea, I want to help maybe I want to help maybe the government know how many roads have been built or whatever is happening around us, giving information and all that. But are you sure that that particular problem is it real? Yeah. So get users, get people, get to talk to people. Don't just sit on ideas. Talk to people. Validate it. Look at it at different angles. Just ask, if it were you, how would you do it? Then with that information, now when you sit down, you create a product that is even better than what is in the market. Because every idea, if you talk about ideas, so many people have ideas, and you can be surprised that some ideas, they do match. They are similar to other people's idea. I attended Innovation Week at Vodacom some time back, and when you look at the ideas people have, they are similar. They are addressing the same issue, but the approach is different, and that is what we call innovation. Have that idea. It doesn't matter if it's the same as the other person's, but come up with something that is better. How to address it? You need to address it better than the other person. That's the only way you're going to stand out. That's the only way your startup is gonna make sense to to everybody else, the community at large. I can see on the chats we also have, is it a question? Okay, good, sure. Startup can't happen overnight. It takes time. Yeah, it does take time. You need to be really patient. Really, really patient. I know most of us ladies were never patient, but being in a startup, raising your voice, building that solution, talking to people, it needs that courage. Yeah, you need to talk. You need to, go outside and engage to the community and talk to 1 through 3 people and just get to know, is this okay? I've seen this problem, but does it make sense if I solve it this way? So without that, I mean, I don't think a startup can actually go far if you just keep it to yourself. You want to solve it the way you want it. So I think that's my take about validating your idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary. Thank you so much. I welcome any audience from the floor. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. So, okay, Miss Rachel Mtama, our last facilitator, do you have anything to add or share regarding this presentation? Welcome. Okay. Anyone from the floor with any question? May I welcome Elkana Justin? If you have anything. If you are around, please confirm.
Lucy, sorry. I don't know if we can play a game because now I think people are you guys back from church? Can I see anyone? Can you raise your hand or just clap or nod at least so that we can see how many people are within us or with us? Okay, really good. So I wanted us to do something. Okay, so I wanted to know what ideas. I know you don't want to share about the whole idea. That's fine. For the show of hands, how many people have ideas that they think that it's viable, that can solve? Just raise your hand. Let's just see how many people are thinking about, solving these problems. You know, how many people have ideas of starting a startup, having a tech startup, maybe not in the near future, in the future, maybe right now? For the show of hands, how many? No one. I only see two. So the rest, what is happening? The third one. The rest, what is going on? What is going on? Are you interacting with your community? Are you trying to see what we can do? Okay, 3 is a good number, not bad. The fourth one. Okay, that's a good number. So it is actually good to have. I always say it's actually good to have something on the side that you are proud of. I always encourage young girls, especially the ones who are still in school and the ones who are just starting on their journey of employment, to always have something on the side that you're proud of, something that you can look at and you see. It's not just work, because working is you're working for someone, you're working towards someone's vision and mission, but you have something on the side that you can work on your own vision, on your own mission. Because at the end of the day, I did computer science. At the end of the day, that computer science that I did, is it helping? Is it trying to address something in the community? Because I don't know about these days, about Gen Zs and Gen X and whatever, but back then we used to be raised by a community. Yani if mtu akikupata unafanya sijui issue gani, anakupiga, na akikupiga ukienda kusema that lady is, that person is bold enough to tell your mom, yeah, nilimpata akifanya 1 2 3 4 things. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but that's how we were raised back then. Yeah, so many years ago. So let us be encouraged to solve this problem. There's so many problems within us. There's so many ideas. There's so many things we can address. So I want to encourage each and everyone, ladies, gents, just anybody, to take up the lead let's start with ourselves first. Maybe if we start with ourselves, the rest will follow. Let us be, wanasema tuwe kioo cha jamii, like let's be a reflection so that the others can actually catch up. It needs to start with us. Yeah, so thank you so much, Lucy, and facilitators and the admin for this amazing opportunity. I think I'm done on my end, unless there's anything else someone wants to say and add on as we close. Yes, Moffat.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Mary Wakanyi from Kenya, for such good, inspiring storytelling and the other informations relating to the presentation that have been done this time around. But I wanted to chip on with you for some discussion here. I was looking myself because as I've been facilitating and even organizing different digital classes, digital learning for different professionals, there is something I have learned from all the times that I've been doing such activities. So I can just tell something special, even for Mofate, as we have started from far. Actually, we faced a lot of challenges at the beginning while we were even conducting such activities. So far, those now upgraded to have Mofate. At the beginning, I was doing research at a certain hospital, and the research was just helpful for how we can employ our effort to have a good supervisions for students who are doing clinical practices around the world, because most of staff, they're just not giving clear supervisions of the students who are just doing the clinical students who are doing clinical practices. So after such researches, we found it difficult to find a platform that you can share the research because we didn't have the money. So we are looking and searching different platforms, and we found those platforms needs money. They sent to us the link that you have to register yourself before coming, and then you have to pay a certain amount, then you will show up your research. So that is the idea we faced ourselves, and we have seen that for that time we had not money. We didn't have money to pay for, so that we can go and share our research findings that we saw from the research. And what we did is just we prepared initial call for professionals. So we just go to YouTube and we learned what platform we can use so that we can call people and come and hear what we have on the table. So we learned in YouTube about the Zoom, and we found the Zoom will not accommodate many people at a time. And also we learned that the Zoom is having some sort of disturbance in case of time. When you schedule 30 minutes, you have to your activity end within the 30 minutes. Then we go further and we learned about Google Meet at YouTube. Finally, we came up with a conclusion that Google Meet will be the best for us. We can use it. Although the free one is just having ability to hold up to 100 participants, but let us take it as an advantage. So finally, we downloaded the Google platform into our phone, and then from there we tried our level best to find the place where we can design the announcement, and then we send to professional groups so that they can come and hear what we have. And then we tried our level best to use the Canva for the first time. We created the poster and we shared to different groups that we were in as the professional groups. Finally, the professionals came to online, and then we find it another difficult. Some of the professionals, they are not able to get in the Google Meet because it was the first time for them to be there. But they like to hear what we have on our table, but they can't access the platform because they don't know. So what we did is just to find a few of them to teach and what we can use, how we can go in and how we can use it. And finally, they succeed to get in. And then from there, now we presented the findings. And after presenting the findings, we saw that many people just clap their hands that the findings are very good. We are very happy to hear that, and you can now prepare the reports. And now the other person said, we have research, how can you present here? Because we call that for free, and everyone has free to join. And then from there, we found professionals are now increasing in numbers. They are coming, they are coming, they are coming. Until now, we have designed ourselves that, okay, so for such way, we can have a platform that can help people to come, to join, and then to present, and then to share what they have. So now how we can do more better. And now we started a journey of having more fun. So until the time that it reached a time, we have even the Minister of Health tried to find us out and then gave us a certain activity that now we can conduct the online session on LCG, Labor Care Guide, the adopted one from WHO. Okay, so what we can do is just now we have a presenter from Minister of Health, and now we want you, Mufate, to moderate it and to prepare the environment for that. At that time now, we have grown ourselves and we have gone deeply, learning a lot of issues, the designing platforms, the designing tools, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, and everything. So at that time now, we are making the posters that are in place to some points. People, they know what's going on. It's not so making them tired. So finally, we got a challenge. While we have been announcing the workshop on labor care guide training, now we found many yet come for registration. So we found our registration is now huge, more than 500 registered to attend that training. And then we got another challenge. Our Google Meet has ability to accommodate only 100 because we are using the free one. And it is not so much customized that can hold and can do a lot of issues to manage the situation. What we have to do? So at the first time, we didn't know that challenge. But when people, they are joining. After reaching 100 in the Google Meet, we found out even the presenter is out the platform. And we looked at what we can do. Google Meet cannot accommodate more than 100. But the 100 participants are already there within the platform. But the presenter is out. What we have to do for the first time, we have to remove some of the people and then to allow the presenter to get in first, and then they will continue. So some of the participants who removed so that the presenter can get in first, they tried it to speak with panicking, and a lot of issues we have just ended from there. And then we found a way that, okay, so we can customize the platform so that it can accommodate more than these numbers. And how matters, now the IT worked on it, and we did it in a very good way. And then we announced again the announcement that we will have training again because of the challenges we got there at the first call. So at second, now we are accommodating more than 400 participants at once. So from there now, Mofata has been growing up. So what is my message from this way? My message is we have different young personnel, young professionals. They have different ideas. And typically we have a different environments where these are coming from. But the challenge is they don't have ability to pay for those platforms that most of platforms now is for those who having sometimes those ideas which is coming from someone else who can pay it, who can travel, who can accommodate for him or herself. So they're having a lot of challenges. And this one is today. So it is a challenge. So my questions to you as part of a discussion and inspiration.
how now are we going to accommodate and to help those who having the challenges of having platforms to share their ideas? And sometimes most of platforms needs the idea that are already in implementation, that are tangible, that can be held up on hands, something that is ready, seen, something that is ready, proud by everyone, something that is already standing. So how are we going now to lift up those who are having a challenges? So maybe I want just to chip on this, because we are a young professionals and we have the same challenges, and we see challenges at here at the bottoms. People, they are living with such difficulties on how to get the platforms to share their issues. So can we chip on this for some times? Maybe we can have a inspiration speech from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mufate President. We are now left with 7 minutes, and there's a question here in the chat box for you from Monali Sanga. What does IT team do specifically so as to accommodate 400 plus participants from Mufate?
The only solution, we just customize the platform. So we tried to take out the Google Meet itself, and then we customized in a such way we added some of the features within that can do most of the issues, including accommodating more than these numbers we said, and also had a ability to hold some of the features that can allow to present or to navigate or to provide the auditable evidence-based online activities. That's like what we are doing now. So the only thing we did is just the customization of the platform. Yeah, that is what I can say.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for your answer. I can see there's a hand here from Awibi. You're only welcome.
Maybe I should add some input on the answer given by President of Mofate. So for a Google platform to accommodate more than 100 participants at once, you need to have premium features. So there is a different package where you can pay. I don't remember the figure of how much you're supposed to pay, but in premium feature, you can have those features which may include the participant more than 100 and the other stuff which can be customized. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Awibi. We are now left with 4 minutes. So may I take this opportunity to thank you all for your fantastic questions, additions, and comments. And may I thank Miss Mary for your time, your wisdom, and for sharing such a practical, inspiring roadmap with us. Your story is a powerful example for everyone in this room. So may I lastly welcome the Mofate Secretariat to continue. Welcome, Mr. Joaquin.
Okay, thank you. Nilikuwa kwenye uwanja wa live YouTube. Napenda kumpongeza Elikana Justin, our top fan there, and he left a message here. Thank you for very nice presentation, which was full of insights and inspiration. So thank you very much, Elikana, to be our top fan. Nitaendelea kufuatilia Elikana, status yako ipoje huko, lakini usipate kimuhemuhe kwamba umeshashinda. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to wind up this phase 1, and later we are going to have the next phase during evening. And there are some issues that we are going to discuss later. I will pass it through it very briefly. The topics during a data science forum, kutakuwa na maeneo kama matano. The subtopics including data science for business growth, unlocking new opportunities, the art of data storytelling, communicating insight for impact, building a culture for data-driven decision making, and data science for social good, tackling Tanzania's challenge, and the future of data science, trends and emerging technology. So let's us be prepared for seeing this coming phase 2. Na napenda kusema kwamba utajiri wa kwanza kwa dunia leo ni taarifa. Ukiwa na taarifa, you can do a lot of issues. That's why data is very important. Na this data science forum hatutaishia hapa tu, tunapenda tuifanye iwe ni forum kubwa ambayo itatusaidia katika maeneo yote ambayo tumejifunza tuweze kuyaweka katika vitendo au maeneo ambayo yanaweza yakashikika. So after saying that, naomba nirudishe mic kwa Mr. Moses Evaristo pamoja na other co-founders waweze kusema neno la kufunga, then tutakutana wakati ujao. Karibu Mr. Moses.
Thank you very much. Maybe we can now invite the co-partners to speak on. So Ali Mwambela, and then we'll go to Dr. Chongela.
Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again. Congratulations, member from Flow, for being very passionate with us at this particular moment. We have been learning, but also I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the presentation from our facilitator, Emily Wakanyi, from Kenyan, but also she's working as among the top telecommunication company in Tanzania, Vodacom Tanzania. I was reviewing her profile on LinkedIn. It is very inspiring. I encourage you all to review her profile. This is very inspiring. Women tech in Tanzania too. But also, without wasting further time, I would like to give this opportunity to Awedi, Medtech Tanzania, to provide a closing remark at this particular session, so that we can also get the time for refreshing. Then we'll be back for the evening session. I submit to you, moderator. Joaquin.
Okay, thank you very much. So let us meet at evening session. You are all welcome.